Good morning, degenerates, and welcome to another episode of Boring Crypto IO, the place where I read you the boring crypto news every morning, Monday through Friday, just so you don't have to. My name is not important, and I'm your host. Let's get into it. Nasdaq's Hashdex mixed ETH ETF filing joined. That is a mouthful. Joins crypto ETF race. I guess a partner of Nasdaq, Hashdex, is filing for a ETH ETF. This is I'll tell you what. Back in 2018, there was not this many people with their hats in in the mix, if I remember correctly. I don't remember this being this frontlined with people talking about trying to get ETFs in, especially Ethereum ETFs. My point is this could be a huge catalyst. I know everybody's sitting around with their fingers crossed going, let's go, let's get it done, let's open the floodgates, but just understand it's not going to be like ETF approved and then tomorrow everything's going to rip, but it'll help. It'll definitely help. Yeah, more bullish sentiment. Moving on. Republican. Okay, is that representative or is that Republican? I don't know. I always see rep. We're just going to go with representative. Tom Emmer reintroduces anti-CBDC bill to Congress. Let's see what that has to say. And more Binance FUD. There is some really nasty stuff coming out that I watch Satoshi Stacker in the morning as well. He's another crypto YouTube channel. And he read, I forget the dude's name on Twitter, on X. He read something from some big account. The guy said that he got some insider information that if it's true, it could ruin the entire the entire crypto market. We're all going to go to zero, blah, 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 blah. And he's hiring some investigative reporters to see if the insider information is true, and it's based off of Binance and CZ. What does that mean? Hell if I know. But this stuff, like, would it hurt the crypto market if Binance went down? Absolutely, without a question. I think that's a given. But to zero, come on, guys, don't sell your crypto over FUD. Get out of certain exchanges by all means, things like that. But don't sell your crypto based on FUD. Just don't do it. Get a hardware wallet, get a MetaMask. Just don't sell your crypto over FUD. That's the whole point of this. Fuck the governments, fuck all the bullshit that's going on, fuck all the shady shit. If you hold your crypto, you're fine. As well as, I don't see projects stopping and not pursuing their goals and their innovation and their technology based on an exchange going down. But we shall see. Fingers crossed. FUD is FUD. Right. Housekeeping. Go add me, follow me, hang out with me, say hi to me on X, formerly known as Crypto. My handle is @BoringCryptoIO. Yeah. There you go. All right. On to the markets, guys. Current market cap sitting at 1.04 trillion, down 0.2% from yesterday. Bitcoin dominance sitting now at 49.1%, slowly ticking up. ETH dominance down to 18.5%, and a fear and greed hanging out at 34. Sorry, I forgot Gwei. Gwei is up. Must be some new minting or something. Gwei is at 31. 31 Gwei will get you an ETH transaction. We pumped yesterday, we corrected, and we're sitting right around where we were 3 days ago. Just look over here. We dumped, we pumped, and we corrected. So we're kind of pretty much right around this level again. All right, let's blow through the top 100, see what's going on. Anything significant? Probably not, because everything is boring. Toncoin pumping. 11.26% on the day. Stellar down 7%. ICP down 4.3. VeChain making some moves, 6.36% on the day. Yeah, everything's kind of, it's just more sideways action, guys. Some outliers, of course, but nothing that significant in my opinion. Ooh, compound pumping 11%. Get that money, y'all. Ape's still going down. Or wait, Ape NFT. What is this? I thought this was Ape coin. Ape NFT. I don't know what this is. Probably some bullshit. ASTR down at 9.38%. And that's about it. Woo correcting a little bit from its pump. 3.49%. Pepe still bleeding. All right, on the Bitcoin 4-hour chart. Nothing has changed, but here, let's talk about this. So our dump, we bounced off of 25 beautifully, and then skyrocketed all the way back up to 26.3 and got rejected. But we came down. This is where two bullish scenarios possibly going on. Flipping 25.816 back into support, which is good, or depending on how you look at this, we're sitting on top of this potential top side of this downward channel that we've been looking at for quite some time. I'm going to make this even crazier here in just a second because I've been looking at some stuff. Okay, so if we're bounced off the top of this downward, if this descending, excuse me, God, I can't talk. If this descending channel is in play and we're bouncing off top of it, flipping to support, this is very bullish. Flip and rip. So, but I might completely ruin this real quick. I was looking at this thing on the daily, right? So looking at Bitcoin on the daily, again, I'm always messing things around or moving things around to get an idea potentially of what is really going on. And I saw this. Go back to the 4-hour. And then I went, oh shit. If that's in play, that's our descending channel, right? Baby fake out here. But this bounced off the top of the descending channel. Top, and we're hitting it right again. Again, guys, besides just support resistance levels and sideways action, which is potentially what this all is, I'm just trying to see something that most people aren't seeing. I'm just trying to expand my visions on things and create ideas. And if this is the idea, again, we've got our fake outs, fake out, fake out. But right here, we hit it, corrected, and we're hitting it again, hit it, corrected, hitting again. I'm going to leave this up and it in play to see if this gets a breakout or a rejection. We come back down and see what happens. Again, guys, none of this is set in stone. These are all just ideas. Probably put that right about there. And this might be the descending channel we've been looking at. I mean, the price action looks wonky as shit anyways. I'm trying to look for ideas. As well as today, inflation numbers are supposed to come out, if I remember correctly. I'm always terrible when it comes to, inflation numbers rate year over year. We're waiting to see what's going to happen. This could cause some volatility in the market, so be prepared for that. What are the projections? At 8:30, so in an hour from now, I'm assuming. Forecast is 4.3. We're forecasting it to be down. Year over year, we're forecasted to be up. Month over month, we're forecasted to be up. Core inflation breaking even. Core supposed to be down, but inflation year over year. I don't understand. I don't get this stuff. The core and the regular. If you know what that means, let me know. Comments down below. But yes, because of that, expect some volatility, especially if we get higher inflation, based on what people are projecting. With that being said, excuse me, it's boring. Sorry, guys. Let's move on to the news. Nasdaq's Hashdex mixed Ether ETF filing joins crypto ETF race, known as the Hashdex Nasdaq Ethereum ETF. That is a mouthful. This investment fund is the first filing for futures and spot Ether holdings under the 33 Act and is overseen and supervised by Toroso Investments. The Nasdaq Stock Exchange has submitted an application to the Securities and Exchange Commission seeking approval to list its Ethereum exchange-traded fund offered by Hashdex, an asset management company. This ETF is designed to include a combination of spot Ether holdings and futures contracts in its portfolio and pioneering a new approach to cryptocurrency investment within the regulatory framework. Known as the Hashdex Nasdaq Ethereum ETF, this investment fund is the first 33 Act Ethereum futures filing of futures Ethereum under the 33 Act and is overseen and supervised by Toroso Investments. Toroso Investments is registered as a commodity pool operating with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, and is also a member of the National Futures Association. The current surge in cryptocurrency ETF applications has placed significant emphasis on whether the proposed funds intends to include futures contracts or spot assets. While the SEC has granted approval for the former, the latter remains unapproved. Fund managers appear to be exploring a middle ground option, testing their chances in this regulatory landscape. The primary investment goal of the Hashdex fund is to ensure that its shares mirror the daily functions in the Nasdaq Ether reference price. To achieve this objective, the fund intends to allocate its assets to investments in Ether futures contracts traded on the CME, as well as cash and cash equivalents. Nasdaq said the 19B-4 form, instead of holding 100% spot ETH, which could make it more susceptible to price manipulation in the spot market, the fund will hold a mix of spot ETH and ETH futures contracts and cash. The fund aims to decrease the reliance on the spot market and address worries regarding potential manipulation in unregulated Ether spot exchanges by including Ether futures contracts and cash in its holdings, it elaborated. Hashdex joined the competition for a spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States. However, Hashdex's approach differs from the recent filings as it won't depend on the Coinbase surveillance sharing agreement, opting to acquire spot Bitcoin from physical exchanges within the CME market. In the previous week, both ARK Invest and 21Shares submitted applications to the SEC for a spot Ether ETF, a type of ETF also being pursued by VanEck. The SEC has thus far deferred its determinations on all applications it has received for spot cryptocurrency funds. Yeah, we know. They suck. More hats in the pot, guys. Or more names in a hat? I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. Representative Tom Emmer reintroduces the anti-CBDC bill to Congress. The bill would limit the Fed from issuing a CBDC, which Tom Emmer called a surveillance tool that would undermine the American way of life. That's their goal, though, Tom. Right. Legislation aimed at preventing unelected bureaucrats in Washington from issuing a central bank digital currency has been reintroduced by Representative Tom Emmer. On September 12th, Emmer and 49 original co-sponsors revived the CBD Anti-Surveillance State Act in the United States House of Representatives in a bid they claim to protect Americans' rights to financial privacy. The administration has made it clear President Biden is willing to compromise the American people's right to financial privacy for a surveillance-style CBDC. We all know this. Emmer, a Republican, said in a statement, adding, "That's why I'm reintroducing my landmark legislation to put a check on unelected bureaucrats and ensure the United States digital currency policy upholds our values of privacy, individual sovereignty, and free market competitiveness." Which, look, man, I don't know which head of the snake is better than the other, to be honest. Could this all just be a game? Right now we're playing good guys. In a few years we'll play the bad guys. But it's all bullshit. It's all charade. And we know what we're really trying to do. I don't know. We shall see. Emmer first proposed a bill to address CBDCs in January of 2022. It was formally introduced to Congress in February of 2023 with the aim of limiting the Federal Reserve from minting a programmable digital dollar, which Emmer claims is a surveillance tool that would be used to undermine the American way of life. The bill specifically prohibits the Fed from issuing a CBDC to individuals, which Emmer says would stop it from mobilizing into a retail bank able to collect personal financial data. The bill prohibits the central bank from using any CBDC to implement monetary policy. In March, Tom Emmer warned against the weaponization of money as the federal government seeks to maintain and expand its financial control. U.S. presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. echoed this sentiment in May, stating that is why I oppose CBDCs, which will vastly magnify the government's power to suffocate dissent by cutting off access to funds with a keystroke. Other supporters of the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act include Senators French Hill, Warren Davidson, and Mike Flood. Yeah, hopefully it's not just a charade, man, because that shit is bad. Bad and scary. And they've got a whole younger generation, which is so insane. They have a whole younger generation completely brainwashed into thinking that, you know, I don't care. I'm not doing anything shady. I don't give a shit. Which is so interesting. When I was young, everything was anti-establishment, anti-government. Anytime the government tried to push anything, you would fight back. It didn't matter. You just didn't trust the government. And now they've literally like captivated the minds of young people, hypnotized them. I don't know what you'd call it. It is very weird to watch a very young, youthful generation which is interesting. This is whole like catch-22 mindfuck. An entire youthful generation that thinks they are anti-establishment, that thinks they are progressive, that thinks they are the new movement and the new way of life and bettering the world, but literally S the D of the government left and right. And one side of it, mind you, 100%. But it's so intriguing for me at 40 years old to watch people that consider themselves quote unquote punk rock, whatever. It's like the modern punk side with the establishment. Again, one side of it, of course, but it's mind-boggling. It's like, you can't, no, that doesn't, you can't be anti-establishment, but then completely go along with what one side of the government is saying. Like, none of them are sitting around asking each other the question, we're anti-elitists, we're anti-rich people, blah, 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 while you're out voting for the richest, most elitist people on the planet. None of you guys are asking that question, so I find it very odd. Anyways, my point in all that, it's very intriguing and terrifying to some extent that there's a large younger crowd that will see this and be like, it's not that big of a deal. It's okay. Like, whatever. I'm not doing anything shady, so why does it matter if the government knows what I do? Well, the government's going to save us and give us a bunch of free money anyways. It's terrifying, man. And I keep rambling on this, but the terrifying part is how backwards they are, thinking that they're of a unique mindset and they're individuals, and they're totally not. They're just going right along with it. Anyway, that's enough rambling for me today. Last but not least, guys, Binance US cuts third of its staff as CEO Brian Shroder leaves. In case you guys didn't hear last night, the CEO of Binance US stepped down, as well as, or along with the continuation of another handful of execs that work for Binance US. Staff cut. The departure comes amid illegal action from United States regulators. Binance US, the United States arm of crypto exchange, has cut around a third of its staff, or 100 positions, with its president and CEO Brian Shroder also departing the firm. Binance US spokesperson confirmed the layoffs as Shroder departure to Cointelegraph, adding it took the action to give the exchange more than 7 years of financial runway amid its move to becoming a crypto-only exchange. The Securities and Exchange Commission's aggressive attempt to cripple our industry and the resulting impacts on our business have real-world consequences for American jobs and innovation, and this is an unfortunate example of that. Spokesperson confirmed Shroder was replaced on an interim basis by Chief Legal Officer Norman Reed. Shroder joined Binance US in September of 2021. He ain't even been there that long, so what? Okay, this isn't that big of a deal. He got there in the middle of the bull market. Okay, well, there you go. 2021, and his departure comes amid a slew of regulatory action taken against the firm in recent months. Earlier this year, the SEC and Commodities Futures Trading Commission sued Binance and Binance US and the exchange's co-founder CZ, alleging it operated an illegal exchange, sold unregistered securities, violated commodities laws, and mishandled customer funds. This is kind of the only thing that might get him in trouble if they did some weird shit with customer funds. We shall see. On June 9th, the exchange suspended dollar deposits and notified its customers it would also be pausing fiat withdrawal channels amid the battle with the SEC. Weird. But PayPal can open up on-ramping and offer on and off ramps for crypto, and the SEC is not going after them. I gotta be honest, man. If this doesn't look like a blatant attack on the biggest exchange in the world, I don't know what does. While there's tons of other entities in the United States that are getting the green light, or quote unquote slipping under the door, or whatever you want to say, while they're attacking Binance for the same shit. Right. Anyway, Binance US then transitioned to a crypto-only exchange for 2 months, only opening a path for USD ramps again in August when it secured a partnership with MoonPay. In July, a report from Reuters citing Kaiko data suggests that Binance US market share in the US dropped from more than 22% in April to roughly 0.9% as of June. And that might be the other way. Like, they're just, whatever. Binance will walk away from Binance US department. They don't care. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Let me guys know what you think in the comments down below. Could this be the end for Binance? Or is this just a blatant all-out attack on Binance? To me, it looks like a blatant all-out attack. They're trying to squeeze Binance so other people that want more control can get their way into the crypto space. That's what it looks like to me. Again, let me know what you think. Comments down below. Bitcoin, one last time before we get out of here. We might be getting out of this channel. We'll keep an eye on it. See if we don't beat our heads again. If we get reject all this, I've got to say this is probably in play. There, here, here. Right. Okay. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. If you do enjoy the content we provide for you here every morning on Boring Crypto IO, please subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell for notifications, watch the videos, share the videos on all your social platforms, and if anything, overall, above everything, please like the videos. And I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. I'm out of here.